Hello everyone and welcome back to race number 2 of this Precision Racing League event with the RUFs in iRacing, and we're still at Twin Ring Motegi GP circuit in Japan, and it is still nighttime. And this race is in the RUF RWD 730 horsepower version of the RUF. And as some of you guys may have noticed, I uploaded a video last week of me driving the RWD around Twin Ring Motegi, and it was during the daytime. Turns out these races are at night, so that was one mistake that I made. Second mistake that I made, the practice video that I put up for the RWD, that was the track version, the track spec of the RUF. It turns out that was not the RWD at all. You can actually tell the RWD because it has black wheels. It's the only one of the 3 RUFs that has black wheels. The other 2 have silver or aluminum alloy wheels, just kind of metal looking wheels. So if you go back and you look at that video, you will notice that the car that I claimed was the RWD does not have black wheels. So I actually practiced with the wrong car, and I did it at the wrong time of day as well. I used the track spec version, and I did it during the daytime when I needed to be using the RWD version, and I needed to be doing it at night. So unfortunately, all the practice that I did for this race, none of it was actually going to be useful for this race right here. So I am starting from pole position, because remember, it's reverse grid from the last race, and I'm hoping you guys watched the last one. But I was not actually last, but the people who were last, or the people who were behind me, just couldn't make it for this race. Or they just, decided that they just weren't going to continue. So unfortunately, I am starting from pole position at this race, and I'm doing it at a track that I have not done any practice for, which is the nighttime Twin Ring. And I'm doing it in a car that I had not done any practice for, which is the RWD. So I want you guys to keep that in mind while you watch the rest of this video. I did not do practice with this car and track combination at all. I got a few laps of warm-up prior to this race to kind of acclimate myself with it, but not much more than that. So let's go ahead, and this is a rolling start, as it was with last week's videos. The first race is a standing start, second race is a rolling start. And they did clarify the rolling start this time. After the pace car goes in, you're allowed to gun it. So you don't have to wait for the green lights. You could just gun it as soon as the pace car comes in. But I assume you can't pass anyone until the green lights, until the lights have gone green. That's how I understood it anyway. But I don't need to worry about passing anyone because I'm starting from first place. So basically, I just need to follow behind this pace car until the pace car pulls away, and then I can just gun it. So that's what I was told, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. There's only about 3 corners before the pace car goes in. You can see I got John just to the right, I got David behind, PJ just behind him. We are going underneath the bridge. And there goes the pace car. And there goes me. And it looks like I've gotten a much better run through that final corner than everyone else. I am actually 5-6 car lengths already ahead of David. I think it's David. I'm going to try not to look. And comfortably through the first couple of corners. And maintaining that lead at the moment. Oh, and it looks like someone has spun in the back. And I should tell you guys that this version of the RUF is the heaviest. You have to brake really early for this car. So you're going to see me braking at about 150, 140 meters for this corner, where in the last car I would have been braking at more like 100 meters. And I'm being very cautious, as you could tell, and that is allowing David to pull up right along behind me and having a little bit of a look, but staying behind me. And whoa, it looks like I got some oversteer there, and yep, I've Lost the position to John, I'm sorry, David already, and here comes John around the outside. Very nice move from him there. Let's go ahead and take that back and see exactly what happened from a onboard perspective. You'd see that little twitch in there. Nope, I want to do chase. Just regular chase. Okay. So going through the corner, very high speed. I probably shift. I'm assuming I shifted. You can see I'm counter steering right there. And the car's swinging back over to the right now. I'm just trying to stabilize it at this point. I need to start braking as well. That's the problem. The car started losing control right about the point where I need to start braking for the next corner. So I'm being very cautious. John moves up to the inside. Nice move from him to get by nice and clean. He could clearly see that I was struggling. So he chose the path of least resistance and just moves himself up into the lead of this race. And here comes John all around the outside in his purple car, and he's going to get that job done. Oh, as somebody's dive bombing up my inside here. That's Spencer. That is Spencer just dive bombing up my inside. Like I said, this car you got to brake pretty early for because it's so heavy, but clearly Spencer is feeling a lot more comfortable with this car than I am. He's able to dive bomb up the inside. He doesn't get a great exit though. Am I going to get alongside? Nope, I am safely behind him, so he doesn't have to worry about me going into this corner anyway. And there's that late apex I was telling you guys about that I take to try and get a nice run, but unfortunately it does not seem to be working out. In my practice, that was the fastest way around the course because you just gain so much more time down this straight than you lose going through that corner by taking the late apex. So that was the fastest way in my practice, but it seems that these guys maybe just have found an even better way, or I was just doing it wrong when I was taking the earlier apex. So coming to the end of lap 1 in 4th place at the moment. We got Eric just behind who won the last race. Don't forget that, guys. And braking very early. And I've gone very wide, and so has Eric as well. And a little bit of oversteer you can see from my car up ahead. Braking at about 150 meters for this corner, down to 3rd gear. Again, you can go to 2nd, but then you have to shift back up to 3rd as you're going through this corner, and then you run the risk of doing exactly what just happened right there with Eric, which is getting a touch of oversteer. So I like to go through that double left complex using 3rd gear. It adds just a little bit more stability. It might not be faster, but it's definitely more stable. And especially where I'm starting in such a high position, I don't want to be making any mistakes at all. Looks like there's 2 yellow stripes on each of my tires. I don't know if you guys see that too. Not something I've noticed previously, but it looks like there's 2 yellow stripes on each tire on my car. And yeah, again, that late apex just really does not seem to be working out for me, as Eric's going to get a nice run in my slipstream. He's going to pull out to the inside, braking at about 200 meters or so. This is a downhill corner. Oh gosh, as Spencer has had an issue up ahead, and that's going to allow Eric by me. And he's now right up behind Spencer. Oh no, and Eric has spun. Eric has spun right off the track. And so I'm going to maintain that 4th place position. End of lap 2, start of lap 3. And it looks like actually I have quite a comfortable lead over the car in 5th place, which is Steverson at the moment. And whoa, he's gotten some oversteer at the exit of that 1st corner, and it looks like that's going to allow Eric to move by. He's got the inside line for this corner. it would appear that I'm actually just pulling away. And it looks like I'm actually gaining some time on Spencer. Not really. Nope, never mind. It looked like maybe for a second, but nope, he's still quite a bit of a ways up the road. Let's go ahead and take this down to cockpit view for you guys. Got to be really careful with the throttle and everything in this car. It's very easy to spin. You can see I'm making lots of corrections all the time. And I'm not only using third gear before going down to second for that hairpin left. Braking at about 100 meters for this turn instead of the 75. And here's that late apex again. And it certainly seems okay, but just everyone seems to gain on me during that corner, so I don't think the late apex was working out as well as I had intended, unfortunately. Breaking down to second gear for this corner as we go under the bridge to finish lap 3. Very cautious through that chicane. Really don't want to spin. You can see I'm going to brake about 150 meters for this one, maybe 130 meters. And just barely getting it slowed down in time. I even ran a little bit wide, missed my apex there, but got a pretty good exit. Totally messed up that corner. I don't know if I braked too late, but clearly I was carrying too much speed going into it. Just went super wide, messed up my line for the next corner as well. Nicely through that corner though, that was pretty nice. That's a tough corner, that one I just went through, the second gear left-hand corner. It's hard to see the apex because of the bar on the car there, the frame of the car kind of blocks the apex, the view of the apex. So that's actually a tougher corner to go through than you might expect. It seems pretty straightforward and easy on paper, but it's actually not as easy as it looks. And any slow corner is tough in this car just because of how much power it has. As we see some dust coming over the track from another part, looks like something interesting has happened over on the other side of the track. And somebody's going up my inside here. Nope, but it looks like I maintained the position. Who is that? Who is so close behind me? Eric has come back. You can see the brakes glowing. It looks so nice seeing the brakes glow at night. Whoa, we got some lag there with Eric. You're going to see that from time to time. Brief moments where the car just kind of disappears for a minute. Oh, as he's going to go up my inside. Very nice move from Eric there. That's a really nice move, and as with the last race, I'm just going to concede that position. You can see I just do a little bit of a lift. You see the gas on the right there, the green bar, I lift off and then I go right back on it. So that drops me down to 5th place behind Eric. took an earlier apex for that hairpin, but again, it just really doesn't seem to help. It seems like just nothing that I'm doing is actually helping with that hairpin. It seems like everyone is faster at that hairpin than me. As I miss my apex, almost go right off the track. Managed to hang on to it though. Still following Eric. And yep, he's got a much better run, so he's going to be pulling out on me this whole start-finish straight. So we go into turn 1 for lap 6. Let's see if I have a threat from behind, and I do. It's Loro. Loro from behind in the blue car. He is very close behind me. And Loro just took that in second gear, which is exactly what I was cautioning against previously. As you can tell, he didn't really gain any time on me through there, and it looked a little bit scarier. So I really prefer third gear for that double left in sector 1 there. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. And I have spun the car right around. It looks like there's actually been some more excitement up ahead. Possibly it looks like David had a little moment. Let's go ahead and take that back and see what it looked like from my point of view. So I'm already, yeah, I've already, let me take that back a little bit. Yeah, here we go. All right, so going through the corner, you can see I got some understeer right now, and then it just very quickly changes to oversteer. I countersteer to try and, you know, get it pointing the right way, but there's just too much momentum to the rear. You can still, I'm still turning to the left. There goes Loro by. And I'm going to spin the car back around and then turn it this way, and boom, facing the right way. So not too much time lost, but I did lose a position, so that's going to drop me down to 6th place now, unfortunately. I was looking good for a nice top 5 finish, but unfortunately this has dropped me down to 6th. Top 5 finishes is a statistic that they keep track of for these races, so I did not get a top 5 finish in the first race, so I would really like to get a top 5 finish for the second race. Not so much about points, just more about pride. Last weekend, everybody got a top 5 finish in at least one of the 2 races. I would like to kind of keep that going if possible. I'm not sure if we're going to see that again for this one with so many retirements and whatnot, but certainly I would like to keep that pattern going. I would like to get into the top 5 for at least one race each weekend. But it's not looking great right now. It's a pretty big gap to Loro at the moment. That spin has really not helped me. Now let's see if I have any sort of... Oh gosh, what did I just do? Oh, okay. I skipped to another car. My bad. That's what happens when I push buttons. Let's see. Do I have a threat from behind? No. Carl is the next car behind, and he's not even onto this straight yet. So I have a big gap behind. Big gap up ahead as well, though. But what that means is that I can push, as you guys might know from previous videos. Anytime you got a really big gap ahead and behind, you might as well just do what you can. So you can see there I was getting on the gas a little bit early for that corner to try and get a nice run down this straight as best I could. Going down to 3rd gear again for this corner. Missing the apex ever so slightly, getting some understeer. Back onto the throttle, tentative, and floor it. And you can see I almost dipped a wheel into the grass there. That was almost a oh crap moment. Breaking down to 2nd gear. Let's go underneath the oval ring circuit. And I've already spun once here, so I'm definitely going to be a little bit more cautious. see the car ahead. I think it's actually Spencer. I think Lauro has gotten ahead of Spencer somehow. Yep, he sure has. Wow, and he's actually right up with the leaders now, I believe. Oh, nope, John is comfortably winning the race at the moment. But we got this three-way battle for third place going on at the moment between Lauro, David, and Eric. And Spencer is just behind. He had some sort of incident that dropped him back a little bit behind those guys. So right now I'm doing whatever I can to try and close that gap down if possible. It looks like we got a car coming out of the pits, but I do believe that's a lap down car. Yep, that's Ashley, and he's just going to let me by, thankfully. And it looks like there's some dust on the road there. Somebody had a little bit of an incident up ahead. Possibly one of those cars in the three-way battle for second position. As you can see Spencer up ahead. He might have been the one that kicked up that dust, possibly. And again, just missing my apex, getting a lot of understeer and just going a little bit off the course. All right, yeah, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, give you guys some cockpit viewing. Cockpit viewing. So let's go ahead and let's fast forward. I feel like something else happens in this race. No, still in sixth. Oh, ran right off the track right there. That's certainly not going to help. I assume I just braked a little too late. You want to be braking. Oh yeah, way too late. Way too late. Way too late. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Thank you. I actually didn't lose too much time there. Maybe only lost 2, 3, 4 seconds. Something along those lines. Really not too bad. Keep going, still in sixth place, and really losing touch with Spencer at this point. You can't even see him anymore. And what's happened here? I am in fifth place now. Let's see. Take it back. Oh, what's that? Huh. Is it PJ? Who lost out? I'm very confused right now. Oh, yeah, I must be passing one of these cars in the pits. No, he's in 10th. He's in 9th. So who did I pass? Huh. Okay. That's a little strange. Let's see if we can find out what happened here. Okay, there's a car going off. Oh, 2 cars going off. Oh, and David just retires after that. So that's how I took 5th place. David just had a little spin and just retired altogether. I wonder if he had some sort of damage, maybe. I don't know what happened there, but so that's going to move me up into 5th place as we start lap 10. And what was my fastest lap? Ooh, lap 3. Gosh, yo, man. You can see I was really struggling here. Other people's fastest laps were comfortably below 2 minutes, and my fastest was only 2 minutes point 1. So really just not a great pace, but I clearly was able to keep it on the road better than other people. So that was my one saving grace for this race, was that I actually was consistent enough that I was able to stay ahead of people who were technically faster but kept making mistakes. And now I think we're pretty much over. I don't think anything else happens. Lots of turning, more turning, and another turn. One more turn. How about another? Sure. And this is the last lap. Ooh, and very wide through turn 1 there. And remember, I am pushing. That looked like an interesting little moment, actually. Let's see what happened there. Whoa, 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 whoa! I wonder what that looked like from the outside. Let's see. Whee! Okay, yeah, it didn't look as big from the outside as it did from the inside. Oh, and actually, I got PJ just behind, but he's a lap or 2 down. So even if he gets by me, it's not for position. Let's see where 6th place is. Yep, he's just coming into this turn. It's Carl coming into the turn for to go underneath this bridge for the oval circuit. And it looks like I'm going to come home in 5th position pretty comfortably. Big gap up ahead, big gap behind. Pretty exciting at the start of the race, but you know, once people started getting by me, that kind of slowed the race down a little bit. Oh yeah. And then I did this. Just for funsies. Sometimes, you know, you just gotta step on the gas and just let the car do whatever it's gonna do. Yeah, I was trying to drift it through that corner just for some added funsies at the end of the race, but as you'll see, I punched the gas and it just gets understeer instead of oversteer. Here it comes. See? I punch the gas, it just goes straight at the wall. I feel like that's not 100% realistic. I feel like if I just punched it in 2nd gear while turning the wheel to the right, it would just immediately spin. It feels like it spins like that all the time, but for some reason, when I want it to do that, it won't. So that's going to do it for this race and for this weekend as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. The next one is going to be at the Daytona Road Course, and it's going to be in the RUF RWD and the RUF Track Spec. The Track Spec is my favorite of the 3, but the RUF RWD is the fastest. That's the one that I was getting up to 197 miles per hour. Very quick on the straights in the oval area. So thanks again for watching, guys. Join us next time. I'll be having another kind of preview video that comes out for the Daytona. I've already done some practice on it, got some nice looking laps in there, so I'll be releasing those pretty soon, probably this week. So be on the lookout for those. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. In the handling of the car in day versus night, the track is a lot warmer in the daytime. Holy cow, and what has happened there? Holy cow, I think my car might be broken.